Good afternoon, friends. Miss Sari here. I just wanted to go over a new resource that we talked about today, readworks.org, and you will put that into your search engine, and then you will head over here to the students login area. Okay, everyone has their own class code, so you will put in your class code S4E, and then oh boy, SCR. There we go, S4E. And then you will find your name. So once you find your name, you will click on it, and then you will put the password in. Alrighty. So here it's going to give you different assignments. If you notice, I have the wind here twice because I want to just show you over on this side it says due date. This tells you when things are due, alright? So I'm making ReadWorks due on Fridays. I wanted to just show you that this Friday you do have one assignment that is due, whether it's the wind or something else that has to do with a natural resource. And then I can, if I need to, make assignments due for next week too. So if it's due for the next week, I'm not asking you to do that the week of. It's telling you when it's due, so I want it due by then. Up here on the top, you also have a submitted assignments page. This was the one we did today during class together, and you can already see your results, and we're going to show that to you later. So going back to the assignments to do, we're going to head to the wind. Now, this is a poem. If you notice, it's set up and very familiar to the ones that we did in the classroom, okay? And if you also notice, it has a nice little option here that it can read to you. Not every assignment is going to read to you, but sometimes I think it's nice to test our listening comprehension to make sure that we're also listening to the things that are being read to us. So if you press this little arrow here, or this triangle.
The Wind by Robert Louis Stevenson.
If you notice, she sounds like a robot. She is a robot, all right? So she's not having any excitement in her voice, but she is reading the entire thing to you. It's to help you stay focused and making sure that you're following along, all right? So with that being said, we're gonna head to the questions. Now, you will have 10 questions. If you notice, you have multiple choice questions, okay? On top of multiple choice questions, you also have open-ended questions, which means it's a long answer, all right? Here I already started one, and I'm expecting for each of your questions that are like this with a box, you will type in an answer that has a complete sentence. So I actually echoed the question here. The question was, what is a question that the speaker of the poem asks the wind? All right, and I echoed that, and I took a part of that question to make it a complete thought down here. A question that the speaker of the poem asks the wind is, oh no, I don't remember. What happens if you wouldn't remember? You could click this and you could go back to the passage, all right? Or you can go up here to a split screen. All right, with the split screen, you can look at both the reading passage and the questions at the same time. If you noticed, it made that little jumping kind of like that. That's just saying that it is the end of the reading passage. There isn't anything far more than that. So you just have to kind of figure out what those "Oh wind, this sings so loud a song," right? So that is the last line of this poem. Now, when you have completed this all, you will then go to the submit button. I'm not going to submit this because it is telling us I have 8 unanswered questions. I don't want to submit something that's not complete. This is getting graded. We're being mindful of our work and being focused. So I'm not going to submit something that has nothing answered. Now, I also want to show you this option up here with the 2 lines and the ABC in it. And this is like that tool that we had in the classroom where it was a color kind of strip in the middle, and we could use it to track our reading. All right, it helps us to stay fluent and in keeping our eyes in one spot and not going all over the paper. And this is a great option as well when we're reading. When you do not want to use it anymore, you will click back on it, and then it goes away. All right, and then the same thing for the double screen. All right, now if we ever have more than one assignment, which you might have, you will click back to assignments, and it'll bring us back to whatever we have due. Also, with the submitted assignments, we can go in and see our results. It is not fully graded because I didn't grade our open-ended questions, but it is graded for the multiple choice points. So if we're looking here, it's showing us that we have blue and green, means it's right, and the red means it's wrong. I did this on purpose. I wanted you to see that it is going to give you immediate results on what's right and wrong, okay? And that even though it's here, unfortunately, we cannot go back and fix it, but that's okay. So it might be something that I may ask you to do a little writing prompt on later just to make sure that you're understanding what's being said. Now, these are the ones that I would have to answer, all right? Because it's not going to go through and read it for you. Also, sometimes there's a drawing option. Draw a picture of a person staying safe outside during a thunderstorm. You would just draw a picture of that and your parents could email it to me by Friday. And that might be that's going to be an easier way for me to see your paperwork that you did. Sometimes we did the vocabulary lesson today, and that might be an option for you sometimes, not always, but depending on the reading passage that we're doing and what it has to do with, you might also have vocabulary to go along with it. So this had 2 vocabulary words in it, lightning and strike, and it'll give you 5 questions. All right, and it'll give you pictures on which picture shows the vocab word. Then it might also give you draw a picture of the word, okay? And that would be done on something else. And then it's giving you a sentence, okay? And they want you to use the word in a sentence. So this is a nice way for you to go back and reflect the work that you did and see how well you did. Now, when you are done, you will head back to assignments, things you did, make sure your assignment is complete for the week, and you will head to log out. Now, this is a great resource. I want to make sure that we're using it at least once a week. You might have 1 assignment or 2 assignments per week, but I will always let you know. I hope you found that helpful.